thank you for seeing me before competition. I know you're going to go Crystal Palace and do what you need to do later on. Appreciate taking your time out, as usual. Congratulations, bro.
For what? So many
European,
things to congratulate me for this year, boy.
European gold medalist, man.
Yeah, that's it was good. Another one to add to the collection I've got right now, so I'm happy.
I can imagine. I mean, I wasn't actually there, which is the first time I think I've missed a gold medal that you've won.
Yeah.
And the cycle started 4 years ago, didn't it? In Melbourne with the
that was it.
With the gold you won here, Commonwealth Games.
Yeah. I said that a couple of years ago, and I managed to pick up a gold medal every year since then. And it looked like it was going to be a tough task this year going in because the young French kid Teddy's been jumping so well all year. But
I'm going to touch on him in a minute.
How does this?
Yeah, straight, simple and plain. I mean, talk to me, because going into the competition we're feeling quite good and all the rest of it. I think you picked quite strategically the competitions you were going to enter, and everything seemed to be going according to plan. Was that the case?
Yeah, we had a plan at the beginning of the year, and then things changed. The meet I usually open up with, they had some financial problems. We didn't know if it was going to take place, so I had to leave straight from my Woolmeather training camp and fly to Brazil to compete. Wasn't in the plan, so I'm in the middle of preparation for the season, and we had to kind of cut that short so I can go and get my first cup in the competition. Opened up quite well, 17:48, and then it just seemed to kind of go downhill. Like we couldn't quite find the right rhythm, the running didn't feel comfortable. But I just went into the meets that I thought were best for me. Tried to work on the technical aspects, never quite worked. Then I came down with a virus. It was either during or just after New York, and seeing as how the season was so short, I had to just try and compete through it, which maybe wasn't the smartest idea, but I did get some positives out of that, and from Gateshead onwards, I just kind of started to build into the champs.
There's a bit of a kind of furor about the fact you didn't do the world indoors. You said to me you never ever factored that in, did you?
I did want to defend my title, but it was kind of like, it was going to be down to a toss of a coin, because my son was due, so it's kind of like, well, if he comes on time, then I've got some time at home before I leave. But then again, will my heart be in it, being so far away from home and knowing like I've got a newborn son at home? And
it's a hard place to be, isn't it?
Fortunately, he was late for me, but for Carlita, it was difficult. She wanted to get it over and done with. So the fact that he was late made my decision easier. It was like, you know what, he's late, competition's not too far away, let me just stay at home and just stay with my family and just make sure everyone's happy. It's a massive adjustment for Carlita, for me, and for my daughter as well. So
people forget that away from the track there's a life as well, isn't there? Sometimes
definitely. I think for me, people are, yes baby. You're gonna see a car in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. There's a classic example, you know.
But I think, like, I've made it quite clear that my family are the most important thing to me over the last few years, and I've always said I'll sacrifice the gold medal just to make sure everyone at home is happy, and they're what inspired me to go out and compete well and win gold. So if they need me, then I'm going to make sure I'm there for them regardless of what's going on.
So Barcelona, the competition, you're there, you put down a few jumps, and how are you feeling? Take me through what your mindset was during the competition.
I was completely focused on winning, and I knew that I was going to need a PB, so I was trying to dial back to the previous years, indoors in 2008 and Berlin.
Draw an experience.
Just draw my experience of where have I been to go and put in a PB performance, because I knew I was going to need a PB to guarantee that win, and I was able to do that. Me and my coaches sat down and we said we have to take this competition really, like, approach this competition really smartly. Hit him early, hit him hard, like, put him under pressure, then hit him again and put him to bed. And I've got to take my hat off to Aspen, because pretty much everything he said to do that day just worked. He said move it back two, bang on the ball, move it in one, like, everything he said just worked. Fourth round he said, let's kill him.
So your faith in him is fully justified?
Yeah, definitely.
Tamgo, I mean, obviously coming into the competition, he was the big threat, the French guy.
Yeah, he was the big favourite.
He's jumped very far. I mean, how big a talent is he?
He's a very talented kid. He jumped 70 metres before he was 18 years old, 19 years old. So you can see he's got the ability. And jumping 70, 90 in New York was something that he was always going to be capable of doing. I thought he did it really quite early, at the age of 20, coming on 21. That was quite early, and he's taken it to a different level from where he was jumping in 2008 and 2009 to come into 2010 and put in a consistent series of 1680 jumps plus. Like, he was going to be a dangerous competitor. I was at that point in 2008 where I was jumping pretty much every competition I went to, like 70-50. I couldn't do no wrong that year. So, but then ultimately at the end of the year I came away with Olympic silver. And
by 5 centimeters, Phil.
Yeah.
It's still bitter. It's competition for you, know.
Yeah, it happens, and I know he was. I know exactly how he would have felt going into Barcelona, having jumped so consistently all year and having a big distance under his belt.
Yeah,
to still come short. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously for me, I think since then he hasn't jumped too great. Do you think the pressure's kind of got to him? And if you had any
since New York or since
Barcelona, yeah.
I think after a major champs, you do go through a downtime, and it's kind of hard to pick yourself up again because he doesn't have any more champs this year. He's pretty much just jumping for Grand Prix, and I'm the kind of athlete who myself focus solely on winning gold medals, and anything outside of that is kind of difficult to pick yourself up again. Luckily, I've got the Commonwealth Games at the end of the year, so I can work over the next couple of months to getting back up to that peak performance and hopefully get another distance like Barcelona or so. The Commonwealth, so you're definitely going. It's definitely on your radar. It is on my radar. Yeah. It's a title I already defend, and it's another gold medal, which is what I work for.